Hey there, wild ones. Welcome back to that Wild Spark YouTube channel. Kat here with a new timeless collective reading, meaning no matter when you come across this message and it resonates with you, it is for you. All the readings on this channel are love readings. So if you are looking for love, this might just be for you. The messages on this channel are for all the signs, all the people, all the time. So come on in. Welcome. I do hope that you are having a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the world, and that life has been treating you absolutely amazing. All right, we're going to go ahead and shuffle one more time, or this last deck, two more times, excuse me. One, two, and we're going to jump on in and see what is coming through. Now, you do have, both decks have roses, so you could be receiving roses here. Let's see what's coming through. Whew, that was quite the card. Forgiveness. Oh my gosh, that came through on or in one of the messages on the main channel, Stars Aligned Oracle. If you haven't been over to that channel, oh my gosh, go ahead and go check it out. Stars Aligned Oracle, you are, oh my golly, more than welcome on both channels. Okay, wow. Wow, we're going to move all this out of the way. Okay. Wow. There's a lot of forgiveness coming through here, okay? Even the little placard fell down. There's so much going on in this message, wild ones, okay? I'm gonna see what's at the bottom. Mistakes. Wow. Whoever this person is, wild ones, they are actually coming. It feels like they're going to be coming forward. You're going to be getting some kind of message from them. They're going to come forward. It feels like asking for forgiveness for a whole lot of stuff. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, it was almost like without the bottom. And the commitment may not be, but like the 7 sins almost energy is coming through here. Your first card here has a nun on it, right? Kind of almost a religious energy coming through. So religion might have been something you and your person might have met somewhere, but someone, your person, they are going to be coming forward asking for forgiveness for, it feels like 7 sins, potentially, which is very interesting, because I don't really do a lot of religious stuff on the channel here. Spiritual stuff, yes, but religious stuff, no. So it feels like there has been 7 sins that your person is going to be coming forward. This is really wild. I may not even post this one because it's so out of the normal realm of the messages that I do here, but forgiveness. I'm struggling to get over the past. It feels like your person still is holding on to, it's almost like they had an awakening, or where they realized kind of the stuff that they were doing, how they were showing up, what happened to the relationship, why that commitment that they wanted with you, or maybe you wanted with them, why it kind of fell apart. Okay, it feels like they're struggling to, now that they're able to see what was going on. For some of them, it was almost like they had a cloud over their eyes. They were just doing whatever they wanted to, or whatever they had learned, or whatever they had been conditioned to, or whatever they wanted, right? But they are now beginning to see, and it feels like they are going to be coming forward very soon, to ask for forgiveness, or to open up, or a hope to open up a space between you guys where forgiveness could be possible. Okay, I'm struggling to get over the past. Now that they can see it, they know that they neglected you. I failed to give you what you need. Okay, number 1, this was their first. They neglected you. It was like watching paint dry on the wall is what this is, right? It's not. It's like cracked paint, or it could even be from a tree or whatever. But it looks like paint coming off. It's like there was no attention paid, and yet they expected you to be there for them is what's coming through here, wild ones. They expected you to be there, to answer the calls, to show up, to be ready and dressed and handsome or beautiful or whatever it is whenever they wanted. But they weren't there for you. They neglected you. They didn't show up. They failed to give you what you needed. Even the basic decency of saying, hey, giving you a heads up. Would you like to do dinner at 10, or you know what I mean, or tomorrow, or whatever it is. It was like this, they wanted you now, 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 but they didn't give you what you needed. Okay, so there's number one. Number two, there's a potential that they had a third party. There were other things that got in the way of us being together. Third party. Okay, now look at this energy. There's a hand, a person within this, but there's a whole lot going on. It's almost like they were so clouded, or so encompassed, that they couldn't even see that them having a third party was not treating you or giving you what you needed, or treating you in the way, or that it was deceitful in any way. Or it's almost like they just couldn't see it because they had so much covering, and potentially no excuses being made here for them. But there's many different things that could have happened, as far as conditioning being brought up, seeing that and thinking that is normal. That is not normal. It's never okay. But for some reason, they didn't see it. Okay, they couldn't see it. So there was a third party. Now there's that unsatisfied energy. I wasn't happy the way things were going. So there's a potential that they just weren't happy, and so then they were doing that third party. They were doing that neglected energy, whatever it may have been. But they could have came forward and spoken to you. Okay. So here's number three, that potential that they were unhappy or unsatisfied, and yet going out and looking for other people or neglecting you, whatever it may have been here, wild ones, this was not okay. And they just didn't come forward and speak to you, but potentially they didn't realize it at the time. Now, I'm not bringing this to you with excuses or with, reasons, or this because of that. And I do hear the but that is being said. This is coming from them. Okay. So I maybe they're trying to reason it, but they are asking forgiveness. See that but coming through again. Now you do have commitment. I want you to be a part of my future. Now this commitment may not be within this. It feels like they are wanting to have you in their life in some capacity again, and that forgiveness is what they are looking for. That doesn't mean that they want to get engaged. It doesn't mean even potentially that they want to be in a romantic or a relationship with you again. It feels very much like they want to free both of you, mostly them, if I'm being honest here, from this past, from what they have done. It's almost like there used to be a show on TV, and there probably are lots of them, where they had like a list where they had to go back and ask for forgiveness or right their wrongs. It's almost like this is what this person is doing. They're coming back through righting their wrongs, and it does feel like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, 7 wrongs that they're potentially going to be reaching out to you for, right? They want you to be a part of their future. They want you to be a part of their life. They want you to hopefully forgive them and allow for that forgiveness to come through, so they can also forgive themselves, and kind of almost not in a bad way. I know it sounds like that, but check you off their list as going and repenting potentially, and or working to make things right in whatever capacity that may be, because it looks like there's been a lot of hurt here. Okay, there may be that energy of wanting to be in that space of releasing that hurt, or attempting to heal that hurt in whatever capacity may be. You may have already worked on yourself. You may have already worked on that hurt. You may have already worked on this 7 kind of sins that keeps coming through here, but it feels like, it looks like they are, and now they're coming back. They're going to come back, and they're going to ask you for that forgiveness. They want to be able to hopefully release some of this for you and for them, and to have you in some, even if they could say that you guys are, okay now. It feels like that is probably where that would go. Now, they also let the ego, I let my pride get in the way of our connection. See, there's so much that came through within this that it's just, it feels like they just weren't ready. They weren't adult enough. Very immature energy coming through here, wild ones. But they let their ego, it's like their ego, their pride, they had to always be right, is how this feels. They had to always have you at their beck and call, but they couldn't be somebody who was at yours. This just feels very one-sided, and now they're seeing that. Okay, they have that unworthy, you're a better person than I am, so they were having that unworthy energy. And a lot of times when people are in this energy where they feel like you are better than them, two things can happen. It feels like this may be the latter, but the first one is that they can kind of pull away and be like, oh, okay, well, you know what, you're better than I am, or you deserve better than me, or whatever. And they can kind of pull away and cause a separation or create a separation. Sometimes people ghost in that energy. This feels like the latter or the second, where they felt like they weren't worthy enough. So then they were trying to one up you or make it look like they were better than you because they had low self-confidence, low self-esteem, and they internally or subconsciously felt like you were much better than they were, a better person, that they were unworthy. So it was like they were, and that could be with their ego, it could be with that unsatisfied, it could be with the third party, right? Trying to prove themselves and how much better they were than you, which is never a good thing, right? So what are we at? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. Number 6 of this is shadow side. You made me realize my flaws. Okay, so you brought up that energy. There's a potential here, wild ones, that they were like, oh, well, you know, you brought up my bad parts. We brought out the bad in each other. You brought out the bad in me. And showing that is a place where you can begin to work, because there's like that mirroring energy. There's that energy of that. But it feels like they were like, no, you were bad because I don't know. This feels very, again, it's very interesting. I'm not sure if I'm going to put this up because it's very almost blamey coming through here, although it's trying with the buts and the almost excuse energy, yet trying to show their side. I'm not sure how you're going to take this or how this will be received, but they felt like you brought out their shadow side or their dark side, and they weren't quite sure how to deal with that. So there's number 6. Number 7 is the mistakes that were made, okay? Mistakes. I wish I could right my wrongs. So they made a lot of mistakes. This was number 7. They were doing a lot of things that some subconsciously didn't realize they were doing them, and some they consciously knew that they were doing, right? I have to go back to this here because this feels very shrouded, almost like there was something covering, not that that ever makes it okay, but it was like they didn't realize. Okay, so there's the 7 that are coming through. Below that is what they wish. They want to mend their connection, okay? I want to fix our connection. All right, so they do want to come back through and have that forgiveness, right? They're struggling with the past. They've begin to see, or they, right, that this really had a lot to do with them and not a lot to do with you. And now they want to mend that. They do want you in some capacity in their life. It does feel like it's going to potentially be in a space. I'm going to put the mending here. They want to bring that together in a space of saying, you know what, we are okay with each other now. Let's get a few cards here, and then we're going to get a few messages. Those messages, I'm not really sure what we're going to get out of that, but we're going to see what's coming through. So this person has 7, it feels like 7 almost confessions to what they feel are maybe sins for forgiveness to you. It's like you are my person. It feels like you very much were their person, but also that you are the one, it feels like that would give them the most relief if you could forgive them and or offer a piece of, or a kind of semblance of peace between you guys. Whether you're able to do that or not, you are going to know for yourself, okay? You, me, shower. Okay, there's a potential that there was a very adult aspect of this, or, right, kind of naughty aspect, and but it feels like there's 7 confessions that are going to be coming through here. There's a potential that they may actually be wanting this naughty energy back. That's going to be up to you, because they could have short hair. You could have short hair. We're going to take one more off the top, or bald, okay? Short hair or bald. Energy coming through here. The bottom of this one says, I can't let you go. And it doesn't feel like they can't let you go. It feels like they're really, and maybe they can't. It could be that they're coming back with these confessions, or admitting these 7 sins, quote unquote, if you will, because that's what keeps coming through here, and asking for that forgiveness is because they can't let you go. Now that they can see, they realize that you were their person, that you, right, you, them in the shower, you had chemistry together, and they're struggling to get over the past, mostly or potentially because they don't want to, because they don't want to let you go. For others of you, this I can't let you go is more that energy of wanting to fix or kind of heal, if you will, mend a bit of this chaos or pain or hurt that they may have caused. Let's get a few of these before we close. This may be energy information. Now it could be throughout the relationship. However this comes through for you, it does feel like they had a bit of manipulative energy coming through. You got 3. You got 4. Okay. I departed when I saw you as someone new. Okay. So there's the potential that this person has seen you around and they're like, you know what? I got to take off because I know I caused that wild one some pain. Now there was somebody else. I don't want to bring something else up, but they are going to come through and kind of confess. Okay. I hid my true identity from you. They didn't show you the real them. Well, yeah, I feel like either that or all this stuff, right? You just didn't know was happening, but it feels very much like you did. Okay. I didn't show any emotion. I don't show any emotion when people talk about you. Okay. But they are feeling it. Just know that even though they may not show any emotion when people talk about you now, they do feel it and they are wanting that forgiveness. They're going to be coming back. They're going to be reaching out. Okay. And I wish for a different result. That's what they're wanting. They want that mending energy to come through. They want to have you at some space or place within their life. Okay. So they are looking for that. I wish for a different result. This message, wow, kind of like a in your face message, but they're going to be reaching out. They have these 7 quote unquote sins that they are wanting to confess and ask for your forgiveness. It's up to you what you do. I'm going to leave it there. I hope it resonated. Like, share the messages, and make sure you're subscribed both here on this channel and on the main channel, Stars Aligned Oracle. Love to have you on both. I'll see you in the next reading.